How you doing? I am Amy Lee Anderson, known as Khalifa Ali, and this is Robert Brown. Robert Brown is a targeted individual like myself, and he is one who is targeted by the technology. And Robert deals with a lot of torture and pain, and he wants his family to know that he's a targeted individual who is experiencing directed energy weaponry attack from these types of devices. That those are satellite discs, but they can transmit the directed energy, which is a form of radiation, to one's body because we are electrical being. They are targeting targeted individuals with directed energy weapons, trying to torture and create physical and psychological disturbances in one's body, where people have nowhere to turn to and they're looking for some help. And Robert Brown is a legally deaf individual who he too is suffering from this domestic terrorism attacks. And Robert, tell a little bit, what do they do to your body? Tell it to Israel so she can have it recorded.
Well,
especially your pain. Don't worry about that. Just talking to the video. Don't worry about the attacks right now. Tell her what's happening with you, with your body. Talk to her.
Hey, look,
Okay.
let's go to another spot where he can talk, where they can hear him, because he don't really talk that loud and it's a lot of traffic. But what we wanted to do,
Stop it right
we wanted to show everybody these satellite dishes, and some of them microwave satellite dishes. Some of them they have a red thing on it. That one right there. And when you see that red like lightning bolt on it, that is microwave. And now we're going to go to a place where you guys can hear, and we're going to hear Robert's story.
And this is directed energy weapons that they are electrifying one's body, no different than a computer hacker hacking on a computer. But the difference is we have an anatomy system, and they learn to pick up the frequencies of our body for attacking us.
okay.
This is the city of Richmond, California, where we are human rights activists and targeted individuals who are really fighting to help save humanity against directed energy weapons. And this is where it all started. We are working with the Vice Mayor, Javanka Beckles, to help us stop these secret operations from people being attacked by directed energy weapons to electrify one's body and to torture them, and to use the medical community and the law enforcement agencies as well as the mental health facilities to deem individuals mentally ill and unstable for knowing about these secret crimes and this directed energy weaponry. And another name for the technology is synthetic telepathy, or mind control technology, or even behavioral modification machines that can transmit energy to one's body, attacking them, creating a physical and psychological disturbance in one's body. No matter where one goes, they are always tortured by this directed energy from these sick psychotic individuals who are constantly torturing the targeted individuals. And sadly to say, your family can be a targeted individual and you're not even aware of it, because they always having to go to the hospital or be tested on, as well as having to be on a lot of medications and things like that.
Or mentally ill.
Or so-called mentally ill. And you thinking when they say they are being watched, stalked, followed by multiple people, that they are crazy. Well, those things are no longer the truth, because that is a cover-up to discredit the targeted individual community. So we put in this video together to help one understand the life of a TI and some of the things we suffer. And here is Robert Brown here to tell his story, a legally deaf individual. Talk into the mic and tell what are your attacks.
Thank you very much, Ms. Anderson.
Sit down and talk.
No, he can do it.
My name is Robert Brown. The attacks on my person started about from 2 to 3 years ago. I'll just start from the attacks. I lived outside what you call homeless for many years. Let me see how I should start this.
What about them?
Maybe I should start right here. Around 1 year after the murder of Oscar Grant. You remember Oscar Grant? He was murdered on New Year's Eve by the BART police in Oakland. Exactly 1 year after that, myself being homeless at that time, I was attacked by 17 police officers in the city of Albany, California. That's not too far from Oakland, where Oscar was murdered.
Albany, California.
I was 3 o'clock in the morning. It was New Year's Eve, 1 year after Oscar Grant. I fell asleep in Eastwest State Park in Berkeley. Anyway, I was riding my back to my campsite, and a police officer in Albany drove up. As a police car flashing his light. So I got off my, turned around, and this guy had a gun pointed straight to my head, a Caucasian, older bald head male. And by the way, I'm legally deaf. I've been hard of hearing all my life. Elementary school, junior high school. I've been flunking hearing tests. I tried to get in the Army when I was a teenager. I passed all the tests except the hearing tests. My would-be recruiter made me take it 2 more times. I couldn't pass it. Well, I used to take lip reading, but let me get to this. Okay, I don't want to waste your time.
Tell about your torture.
My name is Robert Brown. I'm a targeted individual. My torturing began about 3 years ago in a hotel room. Actually, I was watching TV. The TV was up. I noticed something shocking my head. Kind of. So what I did, I turned down the TV set, kept it on. And what I noticed was something slowly coming up from my feet, slowly up through my legs, through my body, and when it got to the head, it electrocuted my head. Okay. I took everything, just sitting on a chair in the hotel room. There's a chair, there's a table, there's a bed. After this happened, I said, what is this? So anyway, I got on the table, got my feet off the floor. The same thing would happen. Later, I put everything on, laid it on the table, laid on top of that. Still happened. Well, laid on the bed, still happened. So, having to sleep all night, falling asleep, and I use the term electrocution. Okay. I mean, oh man, you won't believe it. Painful. I mean, Jesus, man. But as I said, I've been homeless for many years up until that point, and I just got some money, and I wanted to get inside for a week to visit my grandmother for Thanksgiving. I haven't seen her in like 20 years. So I just wanted to be in a hotel for 1 week, because I've been living out for a long time, to relax, and go visit her. And so that's when that happened. And I also determined to get relaxed for a week on the inside. That I stayed, I mean, really, it was terrible. 24/7, I mean, just, so I continued to stay in the hotel room because I put a lot of money down for a week and I stayed in there. And I asked for another room, same thing happened. I went to 5 different hotels, San Francisco, paid a little bit more money. I figured figured maybe there was something wrong with the room. Same thing happened. At this point, I called my grandmother. I said, hey, Grandma, I better visit you quick, man, because I'm, something's happened. But let me say this much. I went to, I came to Berkeley, I lived outside by the ocean for a couple of weeks. Same thing happened, they were torturing me outside. Less painful. But I moved to Sunnyvale, went in a house for 3 months, relatives. Because I was starting to call my relatives, hey, something's happening here. And it happened for 3 months in the Sunnyvale. Every night. Oh, it was terrible.
You're referring to direct energy attacks, right? Microwave radiation being penetrating your body, where they are attacking your body with radiation, which is called electromagnetic energy from microwave technologies, where it's burning his skin throughout his body, attacking him and tormenting him, and he's seeking for help. And as a legally deaf individual, he's telling his story so no one would think that if he shall die from this technology, that he just died from some type of some other way as a homeless person that they always put on the news.
And he's not a drug addict. He's not a drug addict.
That people die from. And this individual is a targeted individual who is attacked by electromagnetic weaponry. So Robert Brown is telling his story about being attacked and trying to seek help as a legally deaf individual, a disabled person. Go ahead and finish up the story about the torture. And where do they attack your body functions at? What part you be suffering?
Okay. It got so painful on the inside, I went to live outside. I went to San Francisco, Ocean Beach. I stayed on the ocean for 3 months, and this is what I did. I brought some soft silicone earplugs. I bought them in Sunnyvale, and I've been wearing them every day for 3 months while I was living on Ocean Beach in San Francisco. Okay, now this, I would have these in for 24/7. What I discovered, okay, let me say, they were attacking me all this time. And let me say one more thing. After Ocean Beach, I went up to Presidio, the National State Park in San Francisco, and I stayed there for another 3 months. It's quieter up there. The ocean waves, it's kind, you know, all you hear is the ocean waves, but in the forest, National Presidio, is very quiet. These silicone earplugs, I'll put them in 24/7. And let me tell you, I could hear them in each one. I could hear something when they were torturing me. They were torturing my head at this time. I could hear something come on, clicking. One ear, both ears, they're like fuzz, buzz tones, some various types of tones, electronic type buzzes. In one ear, you won't notice them if you didn't have these soft silicone earplugs in your ear. You would not notice. That's how. And with them in, they would start up some type of electronic tones. There's one in this one here, a few seconds later, one in this here. But what they do, I'm covered up in my sleeping bag in my tarp. Okay, and I could just like pull out a rolling paper, and I could hear them click on this electronic, click in or at one of my ears. Okay, and then they would do another one. And then if I were to roll up and I would smoke my cigarette right before it would just electrocute me right before I even put it to my lips. Electrocute me while I'm rolling up, when I'm smoking, after I'm smoking. I can hear them turn this stuff on and off with these earplugs. Not just that, if I'm taking a bite of my food, my first bite, they'll do the same thing. They just want to make whatever. They just want to make you.
They want to torture you. I know the feeling. They torture me similar to that. 24-hour torture.
And let me say,
yeah, I know.
And I'm up there alone, and if maybe a Caucasian woman will walk past me, right when they get by me, someone will electrocute my head every time.
And they want you to think it was
somebody is pushing.
It's not her.
Somebody is pushing buttons on me. Okay?
Yes.
Somebody is pushing buttons on me.
And I'm glad
I met Miss Anderson here because she's giving what her organization is matches what's been happening to me.
African people against covert technology. APAC cadre, hit us up on Facebook and leave a comment. We have information over there on that Facebook letting people know about targeted individuals of African descent. Don't think that the so-called slave master has went away. They left one program with the whips. Now they're using directed energy weapons on our people, trying to secretly drive us insane to discredit what they are doing to us. So we are being a voice for one another to help stop what is happening to us with this white supremacist global elite takeover.
Thank you. For the first year or two, they're attacking my head. December 25th, Christmas 2013, this past Christmas, I was still sleeping up in Presidio in San Francisco. I woke up on Christmas Day. When I got up, I couldn't walk. I was like this, look, like this, walking like this. As the day went on, I could walk. But from that day up until you people listening to me right now, the attacks have been on my feet, no longer on my head. Okay, what does that tell you? From December 25th to this day. And I've been having earplugs on all the time. The same type of electronic buzz they be clicking on who's always pushing the buttons on me. Okay? But the attacks are no longer at my head, they're on my feet. And starting 1 month ago, they are attacking my penis. When I text Miss Anderson this morning to meet her to make this film, while I was texting her, they attacked my penis. Don't get the idea, it's not just my cell phone. They attack me if I'm not using my cell phone. Whether my cell phone doesn't have to be on me, so don't blame it on the cell phone. I know what it is, okay? I know. Okay, I know. So my point is, for the last month, they're starting to attack my penis.
Tell what they do. Tell what they do.
His body. They are radiating Robert Brown's body. They are radiating my body. They are radiating anyone's body. Look up HR 2977.
Thank you.
Space Preservation Act that Dennis Kucinich tried to pass a law stating that United States citizens are not to be, bodies are not to be radiated by military, space, weaponries, land-based or sea-based weaponries. Now they are radiating individuals' body, electrifying them to send these weaponry attacks from this directed energy, torturing people, and to cover these crimes up. They want people to believe that one is mentally ill and unstable because they are not educating the medical community, the law enforcement, the ones at the highest level of the government are aware that this is military technology for synthetic telepathy, and they are transmitting radio wave frequencies to people's body and torturing them and locking into the person's DNA of their electromagnetic frequency and constantly attacking one and doing all types of satanic and wicked things, tormenting one. No matter where you go, you cannot hide from directed energy because energy travels at 186 miles per second, and because it travels so fast, before you can click a button, these supercomputers is so advanced of the speed until it's nowhere you can escape being attacked once these individuals push the button to launch these attacks to your body, using your body as a fire device, as a weapon, using your body as a targeting practice, tormenting you all day long. No matter where you go in your home, you cannot hide. You're under surveillance 24 hours a day. Right. 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. If you go to the bathroom, they're watching you.
Oh, they make you go to the bathroom.
And then they can manipulate your body functions where they will make you use the bathroom on yourself, and you got to fight to hold your bladder. Mm-hmm. And they can do different things in your body functions that will be unbelievable to those who are not targeted. So we're saying to you all, don't dismiss this, because a lot of people going to the medical community thinking that they have an irregular bladder infection and different things,
or ringing in the ears,
and they're saying it's tinnitus when it's a fact. They are starting the technology, using the technology, transmitting electromagnetic energy on one's body. So you get these tingling feelings, and you get these burning sensations,
cramps,
and you get cramps, and also you deal with so much forms of torment. Then it's unbelievable that somebody will be out there to be wicked like that, to want to launch program computers and create encrypted files to say to the computer, writing computer language to target one and torture one, writing programs and scripts to watch one and use this technology throughout one's life. or through the day when you're sleeping, they're plotting and writing these programs to launch these attacks to your body throughout the next day. It's very sad that they are programming computers to hurt people. People don't hurt people.
You mean computers don't hurt people?
Yeah, program these computers to hurt people. Computers don't hurt people.
Right.
People use computers to hurt. This is a new way of torturing people with directed energy weaponries instead of using firearms, because they believe if they not in have physical contact with you, that they can torture you with no hands or physical torture, and they will escape being prosecuted by the local law enforcement and city officials who would prosecute them if they knew that these things are really happening. So our job as targeted individuals is get the word out. And my heart went out for Robert, although I'm a targeted individual myself, because he's legally deaf, and from him being legally deaf, his life is more in danger than mine, because people would discriminate him and think he's mentally ill because he is deaf. And I, myself, and others like Israel, and there are many targeted individuals around the world, have to speak up and speak out about these crimes and protect each other, so these covert crimes can be exposed and dismantled and done away with, so we can preserve the life of our future generations from those who are satanic, psychotic, and don't care about humanity, just want to use this directed energy weapons to torture one throughout their life, break your limbs down and make you think that it's a medical condition, break your back down, and have people in wheelchairs and walkers and canes and all these different types of techniques. The technology can attack your nervous system, breaking it down from these direct energy weapons. And because the medical community is not educated about it, many people are suffering from these direct energy weapons.
You're having all these different surgeries, and the surgeries is not even
and
needed.
And they are putting implants in people and tracking people. And a lot of people are not aware that they have been implanted. And people like Dennis Kucinich, as stated, and other people like Jim.
Don't worry, just keep moving.
I forgot his name. Jim Gass. Jim Gass was one who supported the targeted individual, and we want to thank people like Javanka Beckles, Vice Mayor of the City of Richmond, and we are working on having Police Chief Magnus help us start a task force unit for TIs in the City of Richmond, so that we can create a domino effect to stop these types of weaponries used secretly on the United States citizens here and abroad. Thank you for allowing me to share, and excuse the stuttering and things like that, but I too am under many attacks, but I'm doing the best I can of getting the word out. Thank you. Over and out. Amy Lee Anderson.
She said over and out. Robert, you want to say something? Like something to your people, because that's who you wanted to see the video, right?
Name your family.
Your family members.
Your family. Call your family who you want to know what's happening with you.
Come on, we got 4 minutes.
Basically, my sister. I've notified my sister, so I keep them. They can pretty much know. They don't know about the penis part of the last month, but I'm about to tell them that. Okay.
And how does
I'm taking this part from this point on? I'm taking this real seriously.
How do your people take it when you talk to them about it?
What did she just say? I'm sorry.
How do your people take it when you tell them about? What is their understanding about when you tell them about the technology?
During the first year of the attacks, I rarely see my mother, but I visit her, and her impression was that the impression I get is she thinks it's a mentally ill problem. Okay.
How many more people in your family?
But my sister, now that I know more about this, I met Miss Anderson. I've been sending them some information. Okay. And my sister, people I've been sending to there, I haven't heard their response, but I think they're coming around a little bit more now. When I tell them about the I
weapons.
haven't really been talking to them as of late, but I think they're coming around to it based on what I've heard the last time I've talked to them.
And they want people to think that this is all in our minds when it is not.
Right.
Because the Creator fixed it where when we feel things, we know what's happening. And this is the game they played. They did that to Aaron Alexis. They did that to Marion Carey. They did that to the lady who in Florida, who they said that she ran her children in the ocean. And that individual said she was hearing demons in her head.
And the other lady said the devil told her to do it.
And the devil told her to do it. Well, they're using this technology to communicate with one's mind, and it's called V2K, or voice to skull transmission. But the scientific name of the technology is called microwave auditory hearing effect. And it's a government patent on this technology. And Alan Frey is one of the inventors.
Well, we're going to cut this here one off, and I guess this will be the first one we do. Shalom.